2017 BMW X4 M40i review, pointless, goofy looking and kind of fun. Yet another crossover that wants to be all things to all people. I'm sure it drives like all the rest of those slugs. That's what I was thinking as I climbed aboard BMW's not quite full MX4. I was wrong. The cumbersomely named X4 M40i is a 3 Series basically with a high-ish curving roofline, making it more practical than your garden variety 3. Being M-ish means it's sportier than an X3 but not an M3. It's a tweener. That said, it has a slightly detuned M2 engine, a car-engine combo we've praised to the heavens. According to our site, 0 to 60 takes just 4.7 seconds and top speed is 150 miles per hour, plenty for most, no? It certainly is in Sport and or Sport Plus mode. It accelerates like mad. Flick the paddles and you even get a little pop from the exhaust. I submit it's sportier and more fun to drive than, say, an Infiniti QX50 or Acura RDX. There's slightly more roll than a 3 Series sedan, but it's barely noticeable. The thing handles well. The suspension is stiff but not overly so, and with all-wheel drive there's plenty of grip. Driving it back-to-back with a Macan would be interesting. The interior is basically what I expected, good build quality and fit and finish and mostly intuitive controls. Plus reasonably comfy seats. That sticker price might make you suck in your breath a bit, but in terms of driving dynamics, ergonomics, performance and build quality it's a nice car. Wes Raynal, Editor. Other voices. I'm the father of a tweener, and can confirm they try to do everything and manage to do none of it all that well. The tweener X4 is the same way. Yes, the straight 6 engine is fantastic, but before we start invoking the near-perfect M2, let in number 39's not forget about this car and number 39's additional £700. Likewise, the silly coupe roofline actually cuts utility versus the trunk of a 3 Series. At $70,000, the X4 M40i is just a cynical ploy to wring profit out of the M badge, and it'll appeal strictly to posers. Andrew Stoy, Digital Editor. What is it? BMW's 2017 version of its hypo-compact sedan rips on with some new competition and tech to keep up with the times. Bavaria keeps the 3-pedal dreams alive too, as others fail. This thing looks like a Koopa turtle shell from Mario Kart. That's a racing video game for you old folks, Wes. The red shell was the best because it was like a homing missile aimed at the competitor in front of you. This one does not have that purpose, though it will reel in traffic like it's on a string. The X4M-ish, as Wes calls it, is very quick. The Turbo i6 shoots this thing from a stoplight, and with the all-wheel drive powertrain, it's neck-snapping. You really have to be judicious with the throttle input, unless you're looking to race the competing Mercedes-AMG GLC coupe next to you. Power never seems to run out, and the 8-speed automatic transmission is about the closest you can get to a dual clutch. I think BMW is using this in almost everything it has, and it's always a winner. The steering wheel mounted paddles are fun to play with, and the shifter is in the proper up-is-downshift format. Thank God, because I yanked it left and back without looking, and it did exactly what I wanted it to. The suspension is really stiff, but thankfully there are tallish, winter tires installed, not because it's slippery, but because they have some give. I went over a few bigger potholes that would have flattened a summer tire without breaking a sweat. This just thunked right over. The interior is just okay to me. The wood grain looks nice, but the leather seats aren't very supple, though the heating function works great. I'd like the USB to be in an easier spot than the armrest storage, but I'm only a vacationer to this car. If I lived here, I would just have a cord always plugged in. Rear visibility sucks with that small back window. If you go up or down a hill, it basically becomes useless. And with a quicker, and red, car like this, you want to keep your eyes out for the police, sometimes. The rear cargo area was bigger than I expected, but it's not very wide and the height is crimped by the roofline too. Do we really need coupe-like SUVs/crossovers? I say no. Also, I say no to a $70,000 turtle shell of a car, whether it has a kick-ass engine or not. Jake Lingeman, Road Test Editor. The BMW M4CS is about to get a baby brother, with the track-focused M2CS expected to be revealed by the end of this year. Prototypes have already been spotted getting dizzy on the Nürburgring. I think this X4 M40i really gets down to the core of what sometimes, okay, more than sometimes, bugs me about BMWs. Love the motor. Good chassis. This thing launches, and I'll admit it's fairly fun to hurl at the road. The harder you push it, the harder you want to push it. Was I the tool shouldering his way through traffic in the screaming X4? For a little while, yeah. Sorry. But it's the overall package, a bizarre medley of a fastback profile, and its diminished cargo-toting utility, and the high seating position of a crossover that, if I were being uncharitable, I would classify as the worst of all possible worlds, that squanders the quality engineering and calibration work that BMW is clearly capable of. I'm not mad. Just disappointed. I have yet to hear a compelling reason for why these vehicles exist, from any manufacturer, except that the expensive-to-develop parts, the underpinnings and powertrain components, are spread across multiple models and the cost of developing new sheet metal is relatively trivial by comparison. Thing is, that's an explanation for how they exist profitably, not why. All I can come up with is that some people want to be different for the sake of being different. At $67,495 off the lot, I'll find a more cost-effective way to express my individuality. Graham Kosick, Associate Editor. Options: technology package including navigation, head-up display, BMW Online and BMW Apps, advanced RDDI, remote services, $2,750, lighting package including adaptive full LED lights, automatic high beams, $1,900, cold weather package including heated steering wheel, front seats, rear seats and retractable headlight washers, $950, 20-inch wheels, $950, surround view, $750, Melbourne red metallic, $700, rear view camera, $400. X-Drive 28i. City, highway. By Auto Week staff. On sale, now. Base price, $59,095.